Lots of holiday dollars get spent on tech toys, but before you drop a dime, hold on. We've got a cheat sheet to help you make the best decision. Tech guru Mario Armstrong joins me from our DC studio. You know him from the radio, XM Satellite, and NPR. Welcome back to the show.
Glad to be here, Mary. Thanks for having me on the program.
Oh, it's always great to have you because you help make sense of some of this stuff. We spend big money on our tech toys, especially when we're talking about TVs. Help me break through. What are we talking about? There's plasma, there's LCD, there's DLP. I mean, what's the difference between these?
Yeah, what does all of this stuff mean? Okay, essentially, you know, here's the bottom line. Plasma is your top-of-the-line screens. They're great for really dark rooms. Movie buffs love these large screens. You can get plasmas at a pretty decent price at a larger screen size. However, LCD, the liquid crystal display, does really well in well-lit rooms. So if you have a lot of natural light in your environment, you may want to be looking at an LCD, or if you're looking at a smaller screen, say 40 inches or lower, you want to look at an LCD. And then the DLP, which is called digital light processing, it's just a different way of how it processes the lights that come onto your screen. The only disadvantage, the advantage to DLP is that it's less expensive than both of the other types, but the disadvantage to DLP is that the picture isn't as good as the other two.
And you know what? We've gotten so spoiled. We want that great picture.
Yes, we do.
You know, I mean, so if money's the issue, then maybe that's the right choice for you. But otherwise, I think folks should say, hey, if I'm going to make the investment, I want the picture. Right. Okay, now, just because it's LCD or plasma or DLP doesn't mean that it's HDTV, right?
That's a great point. I'm so glad you hit on that. I mean, we're looking at a state of the industry right now. The consumer marketplace is so confused, Mary. They don't know whether or not they own a digital TV or a high-definition TV. There are essentially three different types of digital televisions: standard digital, enhanced digital, and then high-definition digital TV. So high-def, HD, as we often refer to it, it's kind of like the Cadillac or the BMW of digital television. So you may not have an HD TV, folks, and you need to understand the difference when you go out and you go shopping to make sure you're clear as to what you're buying.
Okay, so should I, if I'm going to make that purchase this holiday season, should I just go ahead and invest in the high def? What should, give me some guidance of whether that's worth the extra money or not.
Yeah, I mean, there's two different things that are happening. Number one, February 17th, 2009, we are moving the country. The FCC has mandated that all analog spectrum, how we view TV through rabbit ears and antennas, will go away. We will be in a totally digital culture. So that means a digital television off the bat is very important. My recommendation, Mary, is if you're going to make the investment and you're going to make the purchase, go ahead and do HDTV. It looks great, and people also forget the sound quality. HDTV increases your surround sound. Whether you watch sports, movies, or just regular standard programming, it really does enhance the programming that you see on the screen, and it does make for a more pleasant experience. So go ahead and budget for the HDTV. That's my recommendation. Yeah,
because we're looking at this stuff as a durable good, something that we're going to keep hopefully around for a few years, especially making that kind of investment, right?
We better. That's right.
Yeah, at least in my house, I can tell you that's how it works. All right, so a couple things to go with this. Now, I'm investing in the TV. You've helped me make my decision of whether I want to go LCD, DLP, or plasma. Now there's the accessories. Oftentimes, even with the cable box, you have to let them know what kind of digital box you want, right? Because there's a digital box and there's a high-def box, right?
That's right. There are different boxes. Cable companies have different boxes. So you need to know your connections. And then one other very important thing that you're touching on here, Mary, is the cabling. There is a specific cable that really ensures that you're getting the most digital signal possible, and that cable is called an HDMI cable, HDMI. So you want to make sure that both your cable box or your connecting box to your TV set has an HDMI output, and the television, if it is HDTV, it will have the HDMI output, but you need to invest in that cable, which is an extra expense for that particular accessory. But without it, you're not really watching true high-definition television.
Okay, and it's the details that count in this situation. That's why we have you in the house here, Mario, because
a lot of detail.
You really help us out. Now, of course, the other big confusion right now is if you're going to get a DVD player, everybody's saying, well, I might as well get an HD DVD player, but there's two kinds, the HD TV DVD, right, or the HD DVD, and the Blu-ray.
And Blu-ray.
Still no clear winner in this race.
No, major battle going on both economically for financial markets as well as for the consumer market. You have Sony backing the Blu-ray format, and then you have Microsoft and Toshiba backing the HD-DVD format. What that means for consumers is general confusion. No one knows which players to buy because different movie studios only exclusively place their titles, except for a few studios, on one specific format. So in other words, if you like Sony films, they'll be available on the Blu-ray format, but not the HD DVD format. So which player do you go out and buy? It's
the one that has both, right?
The one that has both. So LG has come out with a hybrid player that has both a HD DVD drive as well as a Blu-ray drive. But you know what, Mary? At the end of the day, that particular device costs about the same as if you were to buy one each of each format. So I think consumers right now are voting with their wallets, and I think Black Friday is really going to expose possibly who may be the clear winner in this real battle that's happening for this next generation experience. The last time we saw something like this was Betamax and the VHS player. And
we know how that one ended up. Not necessarily, quality didn't necessarily win. Okay, right. I want you to put your neck out here and tell me which one you think is going to be the winner this Black Friday.
This Black Friday, you know, I have to go with consumers. I'm a budget-minded, conscious consumer. HD DVD are less expensive players, and the movies cost less for the studios to produce. And we've seen some real strategic moves lately in the HD DVD market in terms of players that have started to exclusively work with them. That doesn't mean Blu-ray is out for the count, but in this battle that's happening right now, it certainly looks like HD DVD may take the momentum for the holiday season.
All right, so you're going to give the Black Friday round to HD DVD. I got to make sure I say it right if people are going to buy the right one. And essentially, we'll be watching this. As you said, it's going to be what the consumer says and how many deals that they can make to keep Blu-ray in contention. Well, Mario, you always have such great tips for us. Thank you so much for joining me.
My pleasure, Mary. Great evening.
And of course, Mario's radio reports can be heard on NPR and XM Satellite Radio, and I'll be right back.
There's more Money Matters today coming your way. Big party, small carbon footprint. So what does it really take to throw a green party? Find out. The right shade of green is next. You're